that? What is that up top
You
for?
was just gonna leave me hanging on YouTube? Really? I'm gonna choose to love you anyway, despite that. Hey guys, it's Chris.
And I'm Chelsea, and we are LBC Party of 5. Welcome to another ShineBright. Today is not going to be like our normal ShineBrights. We have been a little MIA, and we apologize for that. But due to recent events, we've had to
I think
remove ourselves a little bit.
I think everybody's kind of downshifted as far as social media, the news, newspapers. I think everybody's kind of been doing a lot of self-reflection as to how we proceed going forward. I think that's a good way of putting it. I know I have. I know that I feel not inadequate, but not equipped to explain what happened or the effects of this, to our children. I feel I feel like busting out old history textbooks and,
Well, you're jumping a little
yeah,
ahead here.
it's alright, yeah, it's just, I don't know how to explain this to the kids.
During times like these, when it invokes fear, it invokes hopelessness,
Worry,
anxiety.
People have been, committing suicide over the effects of potential hate or active hate that they've been experiencing recently. And it's a tough time. It's a tough time.
And how do you overcome that? And like Chris was saying before, how do you explain that to your children? How do you explain that? I
don't know. How do you?
And I feel like it's a little harder for our children specifically, being that they're both special needs. They're so unaware of current times, and unaware. They've never seen anything like this prior to.
Yeah.
They just haven't.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of feel like we were forced into
exposing
not
them.
Not that we were trying to keep them in a bubble. We want them to experience things naturally, but we never thought that they would have to be experiencing this.
Well, and we say this in regards to an incident that happened at school.
Right. Hatred.
Yeah.
You see it everywhere you go. My daughter, one of her best friends, who's darker than me, because Lena looks like she's white.
Mm-hmm.
She's very fair skinned, but she's black and Puerto Rican. So one of her really close friends, her best friend, was told that she needed to, because of her skin color, that she was going to have to be sent away. And again, this is coming from another special needs kid, so you can tell just even by the way that it was said to her. That kid didn't know what the hell they were talking about.
Yeah.
They're just they're regurgitating the same hate, the same shit. That's what I really want to say. I said it. That they're hearing from elsewhere, most likely within their household.
Yeah.
And
it affected her.
Right, it affected her because Lena knew that something wasn't right with her friend,
mm-hmm.
and she can identify that. Wait, what's wrong with you? And even when her friend explained to her what had been told to her, Lena was just like, "Oh, don't worry about it. He doesn't know what he's talking about," and tried to brush it off.
Mm-hmm.
But she knew enough that it wasn't right because of the way that it was affecting it. It made her friend feel uneasy.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to sit down and we had to have a conversation with her because she's already very protective of this particular friend, and we don't condone violence in any way. However, if anything was brought or said to her while in her presence, we've also taught her you need to protect you and
The people
you and
who
yours.
can't protect themselves.
Right, and this when you see the girl in comparison, like Lena is twice the size, and
Yeah.
Lena doesn't care. She's been a G since she was 4 years old. So
Yeah, but you could tell
She doesn't play.
that she was affected, and to the point where she didn't want to go to school the following day.
right,
She also made the comment that if someone came to our home and said that
tried to say something.
we
like
had
that.
to leave, that she would tell that person to get out. So, and she was
In so many words.
in so many words, and she put it very colorfully, and I was like, maybe you shouldn't talk like that, but I was proud of the usage
Yeah.
because it was appropriate.
In proper
It was
context
it was inappropriate, but it was appropriate in that context. But you could tell that she wanted to protect us, and she knew to be upset because her family was being jeopardized, and that I think that's the main. I think that's what's rocking everybody to their core, is that it's not just a group that has been targeted. Nah, it's just
No,
it's
pretty
like
much,
it feels like you're. I don't know how can I put it. It feels like all of us are rocked to our core because the uncertainty.
Well, it's not an uncertainty when day one after it happens, we're already seeing the results, the effects of it. So it's not like our fears are already a reality.
Yeah. And they always. I think that because it was like behind closed doors, and it was like, oh, that's taboo. Don't do that. Don't say that. Don't do that. Now that that's kind of been.
It's socially
Okay,
acceptable.
now it's socially
Now it's
because
socially
it
acceptable.
wasn't corrected when it initially happened. So now silence is acceptance. We have accepted it. Well, society has accepted it. Everybody has like a free license just to say what they want, do what they want.
And that is not okay.
Right.
It's not okay. So our job as parents, our job as just decent people, human beings, and as parents, we feel like we need to, even more so now than before, teach our kids their history, and then also just teach them that despite what other people may be bringing to you, you need to combat that with love, because hate begets hate.
Right.
It doesn't make anything better. It keeps us divided, and that's not the world that I want to live in. So I have to choose, and I know it's easier said than done because I am very.
It's hard.
I'm a very confrontational person.
It's been a tough week. It's been a very tough week because
we're seeing people that we know.
Yeah, we're seeing people
that we love.
Right. But
and they're just not getting it. They're not getting it. It's not a matter of whether we like the person that is choosing to be our leader or not. What values are they holding? What values do they possess? If everything that is being
the message.
If the message that's being sent, whether that's
the message
if the message that's
implied,
being sent that it's socially acceptable to hate someone that is different from you, whether it's by the color of your skin, your gender, or your sexual orientation, anything that is different.
Yeah.
Anything that is different from
You.
Can I just say white?
You. Anybody different from you.
So you trying to be politically correct. So right now I'm trying to
be the light here.
I know we are going to be the light. We have to choose to do that. And
Right,
it's going to be very hard to do.
Anybody that's different can find a commonality. So we could just be in a room full of a whole, different people, but we like one certain type of music. That's our common denominator. So I don't want to say that it's just different from white, but it's just different
because it's not
from
all,
you.
but you know what I mean.
Right. Different from the group think. The group mentality. We could say that.
Okay. So I might have to edit that out.
Yeah.
So
Jesus.
I not talking to the white man.
No,
I'm not
no,
talking like
no,
that. I'm not
no,
talking like that
no,
because it's not
no.
all. And I'm half white. I'm half white.
Let's not.
So I can't. I would never. I would never say that. I would never. I would never include. Group everybody into one. All white people are racist, or all white people hate me, or all. I wouldn't say that, or all black people are criminals, or whatever. I would never. I would never say that about a whole entire
Like a
group because
general, just
everybody
blanket statement.
is an individual, and that's
Yeah,
not.
I
There's
deal
always
with
exceptions to
people
the rule.
on individual basis. Like either you're cool or you're not. Like I have a positive experience with you, or I don't. It's not anything
Because of any of those identifiers.
Right,
It's
right.
just because I don't like you.
Right. And you get instant cool points if you like Lord of the Dance.
Oh my God. Anyway.
But that's neither here nor there.
But yeah, it's gonna be very hard, but it's not something that is not attainable.
Right.
We've been faced with this kind of division. We've been faced with this kind of hate.
Mm-hmm.
We've been we've already experienced this before, whether it's been directly or indirectly, or in the past as a
Mm-hmm.
as a cultural thing. We've already had to sustain through this and be strong once, and we were able to overcome. We can do it again. That's what I have to hold on to, and I choose to love instead of hate the person, even if they're hating me.
And I find that that a lot of people who have been especially vocal are doing it with the intent to just get a reaction. And you have to remember that
that's what you're looking for.
If don't let people take you out of your element. If you're in a peaceful, calm mindset, you listen to your favorite song, you're like, okay, we just have to get past this. Like, but then those people, they see that you're trying to be the bigger person. They see you trying to take the high road, so they take the really, really low road and try to get a reaction out of you. So you get that negative energy. Don't allow them to do that. Don't allow them to steal your joy. Don't allow them to steal your peace of mind. That is their goal. Don't let them win. They've already won enough. Like, don't let them take that too.
Very well said.
Yeah. Take it back. Take the joy back. Take the peace back. That's what we got. We don't worry. We don't fret. We don't toil. Like, have you ever seen a stressed out bird? Stray cats. Do you ever see them stressed out? Oh my God, what's my next meal? You don't see that. Let's take that mindset.
We need to come together, unify, and fight for what we believe in.
Right.
And I don't mean going out there and creating riots and all that stuff. I'm just saying fight. Well, when it's necessary, it's necessary. But I'm just saying that's not what I'm talking about. We need to educate ourselves, educate our children, and fight for what it is that we believe in.
Mm-hmm.
For us, it's our equal rights, which I'm sure it would be the same for a lot of other families that are of color, LGBT community, and even if, just
human rights.
Anybody. Human rights.
Yeah.
Human rights.
Human rights.
That applies to anybody.
Because everybody deserves a fair shake. But remember, your war room, get in there. Get in there. Get in there.
I don't know. Maybe this is supposed to be something that shakes everybody up.
Mm-hmm. I think it's mission accomplished.
Well,
mission accomplished. I think.
But that's how it works sometimes.
Yeah.
So you have to be shaken.
Mm-hmm. This feels
so
like a spiritual earthquake for me. That's what it feels like.
For more people to come to God and realize there's not much there's only so much that I can do in my own strength.
Right.
We need you.
Yeah. Like
The whole world needs that.
If this was a wrestling match, like I'm ready to tag in.
Take it, Jesus.
Yeah, that's
right. I don't
right.
want to go to jail.
Take the wheel, take the truck, take the car, the plane, take it all. Just help us out. Help us out. Help us out.
So long story short, the message of this
roundabout way.
Yeah, the overall message is to love over hate.
Mm-hmm.
Love the hate. Even if someone is saying something slick to you as you're walking down the street, smile at them. it'll probably get them riled up anyway because you're not responding the way that they want you to.
Yeah, their goal is to steal. Don't give them nothing to steal.
So we apologize. Next ShineBright will be more upbeat, we promise. But we had to at least address it on some level, because it needs to be said. We hope that you are able to love through the hate.
We gotta bounce back, guys. We gotta bounce back.
So we hope you like this video. If you haven't already, subscribe, and remember to always shine bright. Love you guys. Bye.